Chapter 2. The Logic of the Shift. If jealousy is the friction in our evolutionary gears, then the conscious phase shift is the act of manually oiling the machine. To achieve this, we must first adopt a new discipline of the mind. Most of us are raised within ideologies, religious, political, or social, that teach us to view the world through the lens of good versus evil, or left versus right. But from a clinical perspective, these labels are just more noise. They are subjective scripts that keep us trapped in a state of reactive interference. Moving beyond ideology. Thinkers like Sam Harris and Richard Dawkins have long argued that progress is stunted by adherence to dogma. They suggest that there is no utility in believing in things simply because they are traditional or comfortable. The deduction. An ideology is a prepackaged set of answers. When you adopt one, you stop observing the data and start trying to force the data to fit the package. This is where the "I told you so" effect becomes dangerous. If your ideology says a certain group is evil, your brain will search for, or even manufacture, evidence to support that claim, just so your ego can remain right. The conscious phase shift requires a move toward radical objectivity. We must stop asking, "Is this good?" and start asking, "Is this true?" and "Does this cause the least amount of harm?" The Dawkins constant, open-mindedness versus the biological clock. There is a common observation that people become more narrow-minded as they age. We often excuse this as a natural byproduct of time, but the conscious phase shift theory suggests a different cause: cumulative jealousy. As people age, they often become jealous of the new script running in the younger generation. They see new technology, new social norms, and new ideas as a threat to the status of the world they built. Their amygdala fires a status threat alarm, and they react by closing their minds to protect their legacy. However, individuals like Richard Dawkins provide the counter data. Despite his age, Dawkins remains a vessel for the ultimate truth because he prioritizes the scientific process over the ego's legacy. The lesson: if you acknowledge the jealousy logistically, if you see the sting for what it is, you can bypass the biological clock. You can remain open-minded at 80 because you have deduced that the truth is more valuable than being the hero of the old story. The blind spot of the intellectuals. Even the most brilliant minds are not immune to the rot. I have observed that even the new atheists and great secular thinkers sometimes fall into the trap of jealousy. They often express a deep underlying frustration, a leak, when they encounter religious persistence. They provide mountains of evidence, yet billions of people continue to believe. This can trigger a status threat in the intellectual. Why is my superior data being ignored? If they are not conscious of this shift, they begin to attack the person rather than the pattern. They become jealous of the comfort religion provides, or jealous of its sheer scale. To truly join the conscious phase shift, we must even be able to observe our own frustration with the unconscious world without letting it become more friction. The goal: super-radiance. When we stop being right and start being aware, we trigger what I call super-radiance. In physics, super-radiance occurs when a group of atoms interacts with a common light field. Instead of each atom glowing weakly and independently, they begin to act as a single, powerful unit. The conscious phase shift theory goal. By understanding that racism, tribalism, and ideological warfare are all just resource leaks of a jealous brain, we can manually shift our individual frequencies. We stop being a collection of rival egos and start being a single, advancing consciousness. We progress not because we are good, but because we have become efficient.